providing social support, handing over NSHB units, and making the case of investments at Expo Jamaica 2023 are a few of the undertakings from the desk of the Prime Minister in the past week. I'm Jada Francis, and you're watching Jamaica House Weekly. At the top of the week, Prime Minister Andrew Holness pledged government support for spending more on social programs in the next fiscal year. This to ensure that Jamaica's most vulnerable and poor are protected. He says the COVID-19 pandemic wreaked havoc and brought untold hardships on the lives of many Jamaicans, especially the less fortunate, and government has an obligation to assist.
I want to take this opportunity to therefore commit the administration to doing more in the upcoming, in the next budget. We have increased this budget as well, but in the budget to come, we must make a special effort to focus resources on the most vulnerable and the poor in the country.
He says the government has to deliberately ramp up its funding support to help the poor recover their consuming income, which has been wiped out due to inflation caused by the pandemic. The Prime Minister was speaking at the opening of a new male ward at the Westmoreland Infirmary, which has a capacity to house 50 residents.
We have a broad-based manufacturing industry here in Jamaica. And I'm certain that as a result of this expo and the exposure that this broad-based manufacturing base of Jamaica will get, our manufacturing will increase even greater.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, while delivering his keynote address at the opening ceremony for Expo Jamaica 2023 at the National Indoor Sports Center on Thursday. He revealed that the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce through the Trade Board Limited would be establishing an export academy. Work is expected to commence in July on the facility, which will be designed to provide free online information and training for businesses to boost their confidence to seek out export opportunities. The Trade Board is also working to digitize its services and initiatives with the aim of supporting exporters and facilitating ease of access to its provisions. Other plans in the pipeline include the Step Up initiative and a market intelligence and trade compliance information platform. Still at the Expo, Prime Minister Holness said the government was looking to introduce new energy sources to make power generation in Jamaica more reliable, available, and affordable. He said the government had embarked on a path to ensure that 50% of Jamaica's energy was generated from renewable sources.
We're currently doing a new integrated resource plan to make sure that when we do introduce more green energy up to 50%, that the entire grid is stable and that the capacity has been increased.
Mr. Holness maintained that the government was serious about insulating the economy from energy shocks and high energy prices. And Prime Minister Holness made good on his home deliveries, handing over another 5 units under the new social housing program. In Roaring River, Westmoreland, the unit's beneficiary is a physically disabled man who requires the assistance of his nephew to move around. He celebrated moving out of a dilapidated structure to the new home. During the ceremony, Prime Minister Holness expressed pleasure with the advancements that have been made under the program towards improving the lives of citizens.
That is the reality of this program. We are trying to attend to the most vulnerable. This program, by virtue of the systems that we have put in place, we have identified them and we're fairly satisfied.
Over in Albion, St. Thomas, 68-year-old farmer Louise Williams and Paula Williams, a domestic helper, are proud recipients of brand new units.
We have put in a very robust selection process to ensure that the needy get the houses and not those who are connected or the greedy. So anyone who has gotten a house so far is deserving.
At his final stop at Goodwin Park Road in Campbelltown, Central Kingston, 3 families whose homes had been gutted by fire in 2020 were given keys to new abodes. A 1-bedroom and 2 3-bedroom units valued at $17.2 million were handed over to Lloyd White, Lisa Brown, and Leisha Brown.
These households now have the benefit of proper housing. But more than that, they now have an asset that will help them to break intergenerational poverty. There is a base from which their children can build.
The Prime Minister implored the beneficiaries to adhere to their commitments under the social contract by maintaining their properties and becoming good ambassadors for the NSHP. And this is where we close out Jamaica House Weekly. We'll be back next week with more stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.